Okay, get this. What if the sharpest, funniest, and most honest critique of modern academia wasn't some dense journal article, but a superhero anime? I know, it sounds crazy, but today we're going to show you how One Punch Man is secretly the most brilliant satire about academic life ever made.
Yeah, you heard that right. So just for a moment, forget about the capes, the monsters, all of that. We're about to peel back the layers and show you how the world of One Punch Man, with all its bureaucracy, its heroes, its villains, is a perfect, and I mean perfect, mirror of the insane pressures, the politics, and the just plain absurdity of the research world today.
All right, so first things first. To really get the joke, you have to understand the battlefield. The Hero Association in the show, it's not really about saving people. It's a stand-in for academia. Think hyper-competitive, completely obsessed with numbers, and, let's be honest, a lot of the time totally illogical. This is the arena. And this is where it gets almost painfully accurate. The career path for a hero? It's literally the academic journey. You start as a C-class hero. You have to do one heroic deed a week, or you're fired. That's publish or perish for a postdoc right there. Then, maybe you make it to B-class. Now you can start your own little group, your own clique. Sound familiar? Like a junior professor building their lab. A-class? Well, those are your tenured gatekeepers. And at the very top, you've got the S-class, the academic royalty, the ones who call all the shots. And here's the kicker. In this system, it's not about what you do, it's about what you report you do. Our main character, Saitama, he can defeat a universe-ending monster with one punch, but he's awful at filling out the paperwork. So he gets 0 credit. It's this perfect jab at how academia obsesses over publishing papers, even if the actual problem was solved ages ago. The report is worth more than the result.
So let's zoom in on the people at the top, because this is where the satire gets razor sharp. The S-class heroes, they aren't just the most powerful fighters. No, they are perfect archetypes for the different ways people win in a totally broken system.
First up, you've got Atomic Samurai. This guy is a master swordsman, but he won't even shake Saitama's hand because he's a no-name. He is that old guard professor, you know the type, who's totally obsessed with pedigree. He doesn't care about your skills, he cares about what Ivy League school you went to and who your famous advisor was. It's all about the academic bloodline.
Then there's the ultimate political operator, Drive Knight. This guy isn't fighting for justice, he's just collecting data. He takes samples, he spreads nasty rumors about his rivals, and the second a mission isn't useful to him anymore, poof, he's gone. He's that ruthless researcher who sees science as a zero-sum game. For him, data is just leverage, and collaboration, that's for losers. And you gotta love Super Ally Darkshine. This man's entire identity is his perfectly shiny, indestructible body. His muscles, that's his H-index, it's his citation count. His whole sense of self-worth is built on these beautiful, gleaming metrics. But here's the thing. The moment he faces a problem that can't be solved by brute force, a monster that doesn't care how shiny his muscles are, he completely falls apart. His confidence is a house of cards. Oh, but the absolute masterpiece of this whole satire has to be King. He's the 7th-ranked hero in the world. The thing is, he's done nothing. Saitama does all the work, destroys the meteor, kills the giant monster, but King just happens to be standing there when the dust settles. So who gets all the credit? King does. This is the most brutal, honest take on academic credit, where the famous principal investigator gets their name on the paper for work they barely touched. Now, whenever you have a system that's this obsessed with rank and reputation, you know what happens next. You get a dark underworld. And in One Punch Man, that's the Monster Association. It's basically the academic black market, the place where scientific integrity goes to die.
And at the heart of it all is this thing called the monster cell. It's so simple, it's brilliant. You eat the cell, you instantly become a powerful monster. It's the ultimate temptation, right? Why would you spend years doing the hard, honest work when you can just eat the cell, fabricate your data, buy a paper from a paper mill, and become a superstar overnight?
And the bosses of this Monster Association, they are just perfect stand-ins for different kinds of academic fraud. You've got Black Sperm, a monster who can split himself into trillions of copies. That's salami slicing, chopping one study into a dozen tiny papers. There's Homeless Emperor, who gets his power from God. He's that researcher who isn't that talented but has powerful connections so he can publish forever. Then there's Phoenix Man, the trend chaser, and Orochi, the Monster King himself, the PI whose body of work is literally stitched together from the stolen ideas of his students. Okay, so the system's broken. Fraud is everywhere. So what do? What are the other options? Well, the story gives us two very different and, frankly, equally scary alternatives.
On the one hand, you have Garu. He's the academic vigilante, the brilliant, disillusioned student who sees all the hypocrisy and just decides, you know what, I'm going to burn the whole thing down. And then on the other hand, you get the neo-heroes. This is the corporate solution. They've got the money, the shiny new tech, great salaries, but the price is your soul. You have to give them total loyalty, and pretty soon, the research platform is more important than the researcher. You just become a cog in a giant machine.
So, we've looked at the broken system, the players, the cheaters, the rebels trying to tear it all down. But the real answer, the punchline to this whole cosmic joke, it isn't any of them. It's been staring us in the face the entire time.
The way out isn't about getting another title.
It's not about winning the next big grant.
And it is absolutely not about inventing a new, more complicated system to measure everything.
The answer is Saitama. Of course it is. The system can't see him, and he doesn't even care that the system exists. Why? Because his motivation is pure. He's just a hero for fun. His methods are ridiculously simple. And his results? His results are so world-changing that you can't possibly fit them onto a spreadsheet.
He represents that true 0 to 1 breakthrough. He is the spirit of doing research just because you're curious. He's the ultimate bug in the system because how do you measure the value of something that changes the game entirely? I mean, what's the KPI for the theory of relativity? You can't assign one. It's impossible.
And that brings us to the final, really unsettling question. If our academic system, with all its rankings, all its metrics, and all its gatekeepers, is built in a way that actually filters out the Saitamas, if it ignores or even punishes the most original thinkers, then who is it really designed to reward? And what are we losing in the process? Thanks for watching.